At the beginning of the movie, we see a girl named Nan standing in front of a hotel. Inside, we see a man named Nick leading everyone. They were actually following a spy who possessed a special briefcase. Shortly after, we see them in the spy's room. They quickly capture him and recover the briefcase. But just as we reach the exit point with the spy and the briefcase, a terrible explosion occurs. Nan is startled by this and tells everyone to retreat. They exit through another route, unaware that someone is following them. As they move forward, one of their team members falls to the ground. They realize it must be a sniper, but no one can figure out who or from which direction the attack is coming. They continue to move forward nonetheless. As they advance, the sniper takes them out one by one. Now only Nick and the spy are alive. When Nick gets onto a bridge, the sniper attacks him too. Nick falls straight into the water and dies there. Subsequently, the sniper also finishes off the spy. Meanwhile, we see Nan watching from afar. She is completely shocked as she never expected anything like this to happen to them. Moments later, a black car arrives on the bridge. The occupants take the briefcase and disappear again. Nan is left confused about what to do next. Here, we are introduced to Mike, a construction site worker. Mike's family consists of just two members, Mike and his mother. Mike leads a very ordinary life and is very responsible at work. However, whenever he gets a chance, he goes out with his friends. One day, while he is at a bar, he sees Nan. Mike is startled because he and Nan used to study together at one point. More importantly, Mike had a crush on Nan since childhood, but one day she suddenly vanished about 25 years ago. They start discussing various things. At one point, Nan suggests, "Let's go to the place we used to frequent." Mike is overjoyed to hear this. They arrive at the location they once visited often. Mike was happy, believing Nan might have returned just for him. While they are talking, Nan pushes a special injection into his body. As a result, Mike quickly loses consciousness. When Mike wakes up later, he finds himself in London. He is completely surprised as he was in New Jersey just last night. Nan is also there. Mike questions her about everything. Nan tells him, "I will explain everything, but first you must meet our boss." We then meet a man named Foreman. He informs Mike, "I run a secret CIA team called the Union. A few days ago, we went on a mission to find a spy and recover a briefcase. Everything was going according to plan, but at the very end, someone wiped out our entire team. Not only did they eliminate our team, but they also hacked the entire CIA system. If we bring new members into our team now, they will also be killed. That's why we need someone who has no existing record anywhere. Nan told me about you. I think only you can help us." Mike asks them, "How is this possible? I am just an ordinary man. Fighting and killing, I am absolutely incapable of this. I have never done anything like this in my life. You are making a mistake."
Nan then tells him, "I am not mistaken at all. You are the only one who can protect this entire team, so you decide what you want to do. You can return home or stay with us. Everything now depends on what you choose." Nan gives him a ticket back to New Jersey and tells him, "It is up to you now. You can go home or stay with us." Mike is confused about what to do. On one hand, he loves her intensely, and on the other hand, he has never done anything like this before. Ultimately, Mike decides to stay. A little later, we see them at the headquarters, where Foreman tells them, "The briefcase we were trying to recover is now in the hands of a black market trafficker. They will soon sell the briefcase on the black market, so now we have only one way, to participate in the auction. However, getting to the auction won't be easy. For that, we need a special device, and only Mike can get it for us, because he still has no record in the black market or with the authorities. He can go anywhere he wants." Since Mike will face various dangers there, he is given comprehensive training. Soon, the time comes for him to go and buy the device. Foreman gives him all the information about the device. We see the other members of the Union keeping a close watch on Mike so he doesn't get into any trouble. As he goes to retrieve the device, we see a mysterious man who takes Mike to a hotel but does not enter. Mike goes into the hotel and finds a phone. As soon as he picks up the phone, it rings. Someone on the other end tells him to go to the next room. When he enters the room, he sees someone who takes his money bag but does not give him any device. Mike is confused and very tense. Then his phone rings again, and a girl on the other end says, "You can leave now. The phone is the device." Mike is very happy because his first mission has been perfectly completed. The attack and the real device. As Mike steps back outside, someone suddenly attacks him. We then see Nan, who somehow saves him. Meanwhile, we see the other members of the Union protecting them from all sides. Mike and Nan manage to retreat. However, they are continuously fired upon. At one point, a girl abruptly attacks Mike. Since this girl is highly skilled, Mike is no match for her. During the fight, Mike is thrown against a basin, and the phone in his hand falls straight into the water. Moments later, just as the girl is about to kill Mike, Nan arrives. A fierce fight ensues between Nan and the girl, but Nan quickly defeats her. A little later, we see everyone in a van. Nan asks Mike about the device. Mike tells her the phone is the device. However, when they thoroughly check the phone later, they realize it is just an ordinary phone. After many attempts, they cannot find anything in the phone that is connected to the device. The manager then asks them about the attack. Nan tells them it must be a Russian team also trying to find the device. The other members then suggest, then there must be someone among us who is leaking all our information to other agents. Otherwise, how would they know we were going to buy the device?
The manager tells them, there is no one among us who would do this. I trust everyone. There is only one reason for this. There are 5 other countries, just like us, who want to get their hands on this device. But no one wants to take a risk, as we did. Now we need to find an agency that already has the device. They devise a new plan to find the device. Later, we see Mike at a bar, looking very worried. Nan meets him and says, you can go home if you want. But Mike tells her, this all happened because of me, so until I bring the device to you, I will stay with you. Afterward, we see Foreman, who sends them the location of the agency that has the device. They waste no time and immediately go to recover it. Nan's team starts taking down people one by one there, but even after a long time, they can't find any device. Then Mike sees someone desperately trying to escape. Mike manages to stop him, but the man falls from the building. Later, when they go downstairs, Nan sees the device. They are very happy to have the device. Nan tries to contact the headquarters, but she cannot get through. She becomes very worried. Later, when they get into the van, they see the bodies of several members of their own team, along with pictures of their headquarters. They now clearly understand that there must be a big mystery behind all this. They try contacting the headquarters in many ways, but it's too late. By then, their headquarters has been completely destroyed, and everyone who was there has been killed. Nan then contacts the boss. The boss is still alive. The boss tells them, everyone hide quickly, I will contact you later. Later, we see Nan and Mike in their hotel. Nan is very sad because she is constantly losing her team members. Mike tries to console her. When they meet the boss later, the boss tells them, I don't understand who is behind this and why they are doing it. But whatever happens, we will never back down. You need to go to the auction now. You have only one mission there, to find the girl who was talking to Mike that day. As soon as the auction begins, we will start tracking her, because this is the only opportunity to find the girl. I will keep updating you. Your job is only to reach the girl. As the auction begins, they start following Julie. They soon reach Julie. Julie then stops the auction. Nan tells her, give us the location of the briefcase. Julie tells them, it's in our room. As they enter the room, the doorbell rings. When Mike opens the door, he sees Nick standing there. Nan is completely shocked as she saw him shot and falling into the water right before her eyes. Nan asks him, how are you still alive? And if you were alive, why didn't you tell me?
Nick tells her, I didn't tell you I was alive, because if I had, you wouldn't be here now. I kept all this hidden to save you, because afterward, I started collecting all the information about the attack on us. At one point, I found out that the person involved in the attack on us is none other than our boss, Foreman. Mike gets extremely angry and tells Nick, just tell us this much. Why should we believe you? Nick tells him, because I am Nan's husband. Mike gets even angrier and repeatedly tells Nan to leave. But Nick tells Nan, the remaining members of our team are also in the same danger. It depends on you now, so think carefully about what you do. Mike still tells Nan to leave because he doesn't trust Nick at all. Nan then tells Mike, stay away from Nick, you have no idea about him. Since Mike wasn't listening to her, she tells him, Nick, Mike and I are taking the briefcase. You will meet me on the bridge tomorrow. You can tell me everything you want to say there. Later, when they are in the car, Mike asks her, you didn't tell me anything about Nick. Nan tells him, he was dead, so I didn't say anything. And on the other hand, you were living a very ordinary life. But the skill and courage you possess should definitely be used. That's why I went to meet you. But Mike gets even angrier and tells her, drop me off here. Later, we see Mike at a bar, talking to his friends about his current situation and wondering what he should do. The next morning, we see Nan standing alone on the bridge. Mike also arrives and tells her, "When this mission is over, I will go back home." Just then, Nick calls Nan. He tells her, "You fell into my trap again. The first time, I tricked you by faking my death, and this time, you fell for my words. Julie was actually working for me. While we were talking yesterday, she switched the briefcase. I was completely bored working for the Union. They didn't pay me properly, and I was just getting into trouble for nothing. So now, I will sell this device to the Iranians. And now, all the blame for this will fall on you. I have already informed the CIA about you." Moments later, we see the CIA surrounding them from all sides. Nan then tells Mike, "Do exactly as I tell you now. When I tell you to jump, jump straight into the water." Just then, we see a ship passing under the bridge. Nan tells him to jump into the river. A little later, we see the officers following the ship with a helicopter, but we see Nan and Mike on the bridge's pillar. They emerge outside again. Nan tells Mike, "I was suspicious of Nick from the beginning, so when I got close to him, I put a tracker on his body, so we can always keep an eye on him no matter where he is." When they check Nick's location, they see him in Europe. Nan tells him, "We also have to go to Europe now." Mike tells her, "A friend of mine can help us with this. He works at the airport and smuggles various goods illegally from one country to another." Mike contacts Jerry, and later we see them in another country.
As they follow Nick, they see several Russian cars also heading in the same direction. They clearly understand that Nick will soon sell the device. Shortly after, Nick meets his partner. As they discuss their deal, Nan appears. Nick and his other members are completely panicked to see Nan there. On the other hand, his partner asks him, "Who is this girl?" Nick tells him, "The one who will take him to jail." Saying this, he throws the briefcase away, and Mike manages to escape with it. Mike is running away with the briefcase, and Nan points her gun at Nick. Then we see Julie, who tells Nick, "I don't want to work with you anymore, so from now on, you'll have to handle everything." After that, she tells Nan, "Since I won't come after you, you won't come after me either." We then see Nan and Nick facing each other, but Nick suddenly attacks her and somehow escapes. Meanwhile, we see Mike trying to escape from Nick's men. At one point, he goes up to a building, but Nick's men surround him. Just as they are about to kill Mike, Nan arrives and eliminates everyone one by one. As they try to escape with the briefcase again, Nick arrives and points a gun at Nick. Nan repeatedly tells Mike, "Shoot directly," but Mike cannot shoot him. Nan then somehow manages to snatch his gun. Just as Mike tries to escape again, a car hits Mike hard, trapping him in the car's trunk. Later, we see Nick and Nick chasing each other. Meanwhile, Mike contacts Nan. Mike tells her, "I'm in the car's trunk," but after trying many ways, they cannot figure out which car he is in. Mike somehow manages to get out of the trunk and pushes the driver out of the car. He continues to drive the car forward. Nick is behind Mike, and Nan is behind Nick. Nick hits Mike's car hard, causing Mike to fall straight down with the car. Nan is devastated, as she could only stand there and do nothing. But just then, we see Mike climbing back up. They start following Nick again. Meanwhile, we see Nick waiting for his ship with the briefcase. Just then, Mike and Nan arrive. Nick tells her, "Come with me." But Nan gives him no chance this time. She fires directly at him. Nan shoots him until Nick is completely finished. And that's how they take the briefcase and return to their headquarters. Later, we see Mike and Nan at a friend of Mike's wedding. We also see Foreman there. He tells them, "There is another mission for you." And with that, the movie ends here. Let us know what you thought of the movie in the comments.